All right, now some rumors going out there. You can search it on Google. That Detroit Pistons could be targeting Zion Williamson. They say as late as the NBA trade deadline. So there's rumors out there that the Detroit Pistons are linked to Zion Williamson. Now, what I remember reading, I think I read this Friday, was basically Tobias Harris' expiring contract being attractive to the New Orleans Pelicans. So check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button, hit all notifications, all that good stuff, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the word is that that contract might be expiring. Now I read that Joe Dumars, while looking this story up, was impressed with Zion Williamson and what he done in the offseason. Now at the end of the day, you might blame it on Zion, but Derek Queen got injured too. They #1 draft pick, they moved up and traded valuable draft capital, did, and Joe Dumars had a lot of backlash for doing that because that pick can be a high pick next year, right? And so Derek Queen is out for 12 weeks with a hand injury. He should be ready by the season, but one thing you're probably worried about is him, keeping himself and getting into playing shape. You know what I'm saying? So that might be a thing that, hey, staying in playing shape with his hand, he still can do some cardio and, you know what I'm saying? So, he still can run and do some things and walk and still, increase his cardiovascular. And that's the only thing that's going to stop him. And I think that's what stopped Jokic early in his career. But he reminds me of Jokic. I mean, when I first seen him in Maryland, I fell in love with his game. But nonetheless, it's the same thing over and over again. The reason they didn't trade Zion is because he don't have any value. He has more value to the New Orleans Pelicans than he has for, on the trade market. And at the end of the day, sometimes you just need to get rid of the bad juju. And sometimes some people just need a different place. Now, the thing about it is, would Zion Williamson be open to playing for the Detroit Pistons? At the end of the day, if you're the Detroit Pistons, do you set some parameters? I remember I bring this story up all the time when regarding the Lions, I went to the Detroit Lions to draft cornerback Janoris Jenkins, but Janoris Jenkins had some questionable things in his past, in which we all do. Some of us it was covered up, some of it just didn't, it just didn't arise or it wasn't major. But we've all done things that a lot of us could have landed us in jail, landed us in prison, landed us in juvie. We did some bad things. That's a fact. It just wasn't brought to light, or we just got a slap on the wrist, or we might have got away with it, right? So, Janoris Jenkins had some issues, and the LA Rams set some parameters for him, or they was the St. Louis Rams at the time. They set some parameters for him, and among some of the parameters that they set for him, I think it was like a liaison, follow him, and Jeff Fisher was known for working with troubled players and shit at the time. He was the head coach. And that's one thing you worried about Zion Williamson. I mean, if you come to Detroit, do the Detroit Pistons sit there and they put some parameters? Make sure my mic on. I'm just talking. Yeah, make sure they put some parameters, regarding some of the things that he do. Do we got to weigh in every month, every week, or do you keep somebody with him? Do we got to hire a particular chef? And does that violate the the CBA or something like that? But some things, or can we get permission to sit down with him to see if he actually wants to be a part of this thing? Is questions that you probably most likely want to ask. So honestly, they basically saying Tobias Harris contract. And my thing about it is, you look at the lineup now: IVK, Asar, and Durn. The crazy thing about it is, you bring in a guy like Zion Williamson. I don't understand it at that point, because Asar Thompson can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? So then you got 3 non-shooters on the floor. Your front line can't shoot, from Durn to Zion to Asar, but you find a way to make it work. You can put Robinson in and different guys in the lineup. Eventually, what people think may happen is Ivy walks, Asar moves to the 2, Ron grows into the 3, and whatever happens at the 4. What I think should probably more likely going to happen is Ron Hollins is going to be a 4. And a lot of people call me crazy. Oh man, I'm like, dude, he's 20 years old. He's already 6'8", 6'9". Only difference between him and Tobias Harris body wise is Tobias got a man body. And Ron from Texas, Dallas, Texas, they strong boys down there. So why can't Ron play the 4? The 4s are Tobias Harris now and Who else you got playing the four around the league? I don't really follow it like that. You do got Giannis, who he's a fucking free. He really a point forward. Really, he really a three, but really a center. Think about power forward and I'm just trying to think. You got what's the brother name I like out there? We almost won him in the Pistons. Came to the Pistons from the Raptors. Anunoby. Cam Johnson played a lot of four, who's a lot smaller than Ryan Hollins, by the way. So yeah, I find it funny when there was a lot of discussion about Asar Thompson playing the four, but you saying Ron bigger than Asar Thompson. Taller, longer. All Ron got to do is hit the three. That's it. Hit the three. That's all he got. Hit that corner three, you good. He gonna get stronger. He gotta get a little stronger. Hit that corner three, you good to go. In my opinion, but Zion will put the city up. You taking a chance and maybe you make Trick his bodyguard. Like, hey, nephew, put that chicken wing down and pick up that asparagus, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, he a lot of it's like letting your dog off the leash. He been in the backyard the whole year. You let him off the leash and let him run, man, motherfucker gonna go crazy. That's what Zion is. You know what I'm saying? Small town kid. Let him off the leash. Now he got money. He can do anything he want to, and can't nobody tell him that he can't do it. And like I said before, when you got a real father figure in your life, like Jaden Daniels with his mother and his father, they ain't gonna let you. You're gonna be a little bit more meticulous in how you pick your hoes. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was like, man, I'll tell him OG one day I'm gonna do. I used to work out with a real good dude, and I was like, yeah, wow, tear the shit out this porn star. He's like, you don't want to do that. Them porn stars nasty. I'm like, yeah, he right. I'm like, OG right, bro. Like, real men that surround you, they ain't gonna let you go down that route, chasing porn stars. Certain women that, what I'm saying? Hey, you deal with, even the guys I was in college with, man, before niggas had the T app and all that shit, nigga, we were like our fraternity, or not, I wasn't a fraternity, but the group of guys that I rolled with, we were the T app. Hey, she a hoe. Oh yeah, when the party over with, she bust down for the team. And it wasn't nobody like, oh nigga, you lying. No, we wasn't bullshitting. Like, it was like, check the whole facts. You know what I'm saying? So we believed in the network that we had. Oh, you mess with her too? Oh yeah, I mess with her too. Like, it wasn't like we fighting each other. I had two dudes I went to college with. We always went after the same girls. I don't know what it was, but we always was talking to the same women. Unknowingly. Just after, whatever. We never fought. We still cool. Some couple, the other guy, we cool to this day. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it was. But today, niggas killing over these hoes and, beefing over, like, I ain't never did that. I done broke up with a chick because my friend got into it. It was what it was. You know what I'm saying? But bros over hoes. What HBK say I got it tatted on my wrist. Now today, that sounds a little suspect. But back in the day, it made sense. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Peace.